Hello Twitch, welcome into another Tomb Raider Rise of the Tomb Raider review stream. Surprisingly enough, I'm still carrying this over. Sorry about yesterday, I had a terrible headache and I couldn't even think about doing anything productive, much less doing a stream. So yeah, we're live today. I'm trying to make up for that mishap yesterday. I'll load up the game in the meantime. Hope everyone is doing absolutely smashing. I know I am doing quite nicely today. The weather is nice. It's a bit warm, but not too warm. And yeah, just had a nice meal, and now I just feel like streaming. So now we will run more Rise of the Tomb Raider. Hopefully we're going to get through to the geothermal valley, so we can showcase how it looks on Xbox One X. Later today in the afternoon, I will try to come back with a control. I'm not sure how that's gonna work out, but we'll see. And yeah, we'll see how things come. For some reason, my Streamlabs labels app doesn't. I mean, it opens in the background, doesn't open in the foreground. I can't control it, but I hope it does well. For the time being, it doesn't seem like it's gonna explode or anything. And yeah. Let's just jump into the action, shall we? So we are in the Soviet installation section in the mine, which turns out to be not copper but uranium mine. I have no knowledge how a uranium mine would differ from a copper one. Much less how should they look like, but I'm pretty sure.
Yes, that's it. The water's blocked.
Someone who knows better might say something more.
To block it for good.
But yeah, so far so good. I mean, I do like the atmosphere of this location, even though I'm not sure how it should look like if it was an actual place. I think it looks fine.
Trigger mechanism for a bomb.
No one cares, Laura.
There it is. So close. Got to find a way inside.
When the
No one's reading. Here we go.
Another mural.
Another mural, and we don't know what it says. I love it. Learning language mechanic, which has nothing to do with learning languages or anything for that matter. If you don't know how to read a language, attempting to read it usually doesn't help you in perfecting it unless you have some sort of unique skill set. I mean, sure, I learned English from listening to it, but I don't think that works. Well, most of platforming animations are the same animations from Underworld, and Underworld, despite motion capture, didn't do a good job in terms of animations. At least on the platform traversal, so there you go. I guess it comes with the sauce.
colossal fire.
This was totally not wet, so it would totally not burn, but just being picky. This mechanic does not make any sense. I mean, this riddle, whatever you call it.
Seems like the workers had finally had enough.
The only thing that looks really good in this game is probably the lighting, and maybe some of the level design, just some of it, because I really just dislike most of its generic feel. To be honest, ever since Crystal Dynamics took over, you don't really get a proper sense of weight of Lara, and the flow was good for maybe Anniversary, because the game was pretty consistent in what height kills you, where you get damage from certain things. That went to the drain in Underworld for some reason, probably because I didn't have time to properly
Looks like they dragged it out of here.
properly designed. I don't know. It's I don't know. The fact that Lara's jumps are so floaty, though, physics don't work like that. You jump off a ledge and you can actually get back to it. Look at this. I'm jumping up the stairs and I can actually direct the. That doesn't work like that. Once you jump, you've got zero control over what you're doing and when you're gonna land. You can try to save your ass from breaking your legs, but that's about it.
So much damage between the amateur excavation and the cave-in. But it must be connected to the Prophet.
So much damage between the amateur development and poor writing. They really tried.
This shaft must have been where they first broke through. Should lead out as well.
And I really dislike this climbing. I mean, I think you could slightly alter the direction of the jumps in mid-air, but like just to left and right, and it didn't allow you to, you know, change the distance. You could have just directed yourself in the direction you're jumping to, but that's because sometimes jumps from a sliding position from a slippery surface would cause you to jump always forward, so you couldn't it wasn't controlled jump, so that's why that was given to you as an option to simply change your direction right after the jump, so you could maybe save yourself or grab a ledge. But in this game, in the reboot series, it's not necessary because the game doesn't have that mechanic anymore, so they could have really done that differently. I mean, I wouldn't mind the same distance and height of jumps as it was in Legend and Anniversary. That was fine. It was semi-realistic, and honestly, at least the animations didn't look janky. Reboot's animations, especially the traversal on ledges and shimmying, it's just, it's bad to look at, basically. I'm having a huge problem with especially when people praise this game, where it just does the same thing as the first game but worse. Sure, everything is bigger, they did some changes to the game engine graphically. To me, it's kind of a worse, but I guess that's a matter of opinion, so I emphasize that this is just my opinion. That this could have been handled a lot differently, and it wasn't, and it just... the end result is just abysmal at best. But that's maybe just me, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being very, very picky. Although... Like we didn't know you're a bot. And another bot goes down the drain. You know what's funny? These bots are creating generic accounts that look like actual human accounts, and they're really bad at it. Like, how come there is electricity if this is an abandoned Soviet installation? Why would there still be electricity, and why this button would be... It's a red button, but the green one lit everything up. Like, why there's electricity for those buttons? This has been abandoned since the 70s. Obviously the remnant people are not actually using or powering it, so what's the point? And I really can't understand the praise that this game received in reviews. This is 6 out of 10, maybe 7 out of 10 at best. The fact that it got anything higher than an 8 is a joke, really. This isn't a good game. Just even if we don't judge it as a Tomb Raider, this is not a decent adventure game. This already came out after the Uncharted 4, The Thief's End. And that game made everything better in every possible aspect, from the story writing to the gameplay and to the animations, obviously. So, how come this, opposed to Uncharted, could have gotten high reviews is... I don't know, maybe Square Enix paid people to give them proper reviews for this game, because I can't find any other explanation. Like, for instance, this is supposed to be on the same level as the floor, but Lara falls into the object, so the longer you walk on it, Lara's legs just go into that. That's something that doesn't happen in a 2015, 2016 game. Issues like that were not present even in the previous game. From a technical standpoint, it's just a, overblown visually game that has nothing to offer. The same environments were in Xbox 360 version, and all of this is superficial because all of those elements that you see, all this debris, all those like very detailed objects are gone from that version. You can't see this entire section of the map because there is an artificial wall that prevents the game from the need of drawing that distance, so you don't even get the nice view in it on the Xbox 360 version, and I can't even begin to understand why the Xbox 360 version even exists. So I genuinely dislike the concept of climbing rock walls with climbing axes that are just designed to use on a nice wall.
all sorts of artifacts. It matches the description of the Soviet intel. This is where they broke through into the ruins. Any sign of the escaped prisoners?
Not sure. Can't really see. But I just lost contact with the sweep team down below.
Understood. I'll radio the forward teams to be prepared. Can you see any movement?
Negative. But I've got a good vantage point. I'll let you know if I see anything. Over and out.
And you said it at the wrong time. Yeah, these boards just flew through Laura. I believe the PC version allows you to disable the camera motion, you know, that camera shake that you see now. I really wish that was possible on Xbox, but I couldn't find any feature that would allow this. It's just like, yeah, you don't get that. I don't even know what that means. Allow Twitch viewers to interact directly with your game via chat. What does that mean? How does that work?
There she is! Open fire! I got a hit! On your six!
I'll cover you with Shroud of Poison. Is that okay? I do hope so.
Flush her out! Fire in the hole! She's laid out! Throwing a grenade! Fire in the hole! Light her up! Taking fire! Grenade out! We're getting torn apart! Just you and me.
That should do it. Nope. No document reading, please. Right, so we do have everything in terms of ammo.
A small gentleman's pillbox with an enamel hammer and sickle.
Hmm.
I'm in.
By the way, you totally can just traverse this on a ledge. Just very glitchy.
Lara, are you there? I'm pinned down, Lara. You need to get out.
Jacob! Shit.
God willing, that'd be too easy.
Manifest says the Soviets stored the most valuable artifacts from the site in this safe. Let's crack it open. Who's got the torch?
On it.
Okay, the rest of you, don't touch anything.
Bye. Are you freaking kidding me? That didn't work. Why is this all burning like that? Makes no sense. Oh, sure. I'm going to burn that flag because I'm not coming back here again. See?
There she is! Cover me! Open fire! We got a man down!
Alright, that's one way to do it. Oh, they're all dead. Huh? Right. Go. Oh.
Kill her! Now! This whole place is going up! Flush her out! It ends here and now!
Sure, for you.
Advancing! Cover me! Got your back! Under fire! She's hit!
It's too far.
Give me covering fire! Focusing fire! I'm under fire!
You can just use the environment against them.
Give me suppressing fire, now! I got it! I have visual confirmation.
Kill her. Now.
Yes, sir. Fan out. We have her surrounded. Huh? I'll check it out. Let's go!
Fuck you.
Closing! Man down!
What the fuck is wrong with aiming in this game?
She's empty. Take her down.
Your mother's empty. Oh, come on. Oh, your colleague killed you. That's nice of him.
I'm going to kill you.
No, you're not. You may think you will, but you're just a loser. I hate these forced interactions with these. Now let's see. We need to go here. Okay.
We seem to be making a habit of saving each other.
Thanks. I'm glad you're okay. Is that the way through?
Yes. There'll be more of them inside. You don't have to do this.
Can't get rid of me so easily. I still need some answers.
And there's no time to waste.
This
Oh
path
god,
will
I
take
can't
us all
see
the way
shit,
through the
but
mountain.
in a moment I need to cover the window.
My people used these ways until the Soviets arrived and began digging.
What did they find down here?
Enough to make them curious. They used machines and explosives to dig deeper. Did quite a lot of damage. Many of the old paths collapsed, but it's safe now. Come on, better get moving.
Okay, so I'm back. Sorry, just the sun came out and it's shining directly into my window and into my TV. I couldn't see shit. Especially though
Or
it's dark in this section.
It
so
used to be.
That
Have to
doesn't sound
cover-
good.
Trinity must have found the old mining equipment. They're trying to finish what the Soviets started.
And there's no other way through.
I'm afraid not. Not anymore. This complicates things.
What's the problem? Behind schedule.
okay.
Wires here are corroded.
Here comes another scripted chase scene.
Almost ready.
They're gonna bring the whole place down.
The Soviets destroyed much of the old paths. Those machines were not built for delicate work.
We'll have to sneak past them.
Yes, but we have to hurry. If they collapse the tunnel, we'll be trapped in here.
Hey, we've got some serious structural damage over here. I don't think this tunnel is stable. Constantine won't accept excuses. Start the goddamn drill.
Hurry! Find Sophia! Tell her Trinity is here!
Oh yeah, that's something you definitely survive, being tossed against a rock.
Jacob, Jacob, are you there? Can you hear me? This is bad.
Yeah, think?
Maybe we can get the elevator working. Gotta be a way out up there.
Hold on! I think I can...
We've got company! I'm gonna kill you!
Yeah, you're gonna kiss your ass. Goodbye.
Oh shit. Now what?
Now you don't get into that elevator. I know, I would never get into it. Okay, let go. That's it. Now let's get up. Now this is the section I really enjoy, out of everything. I do like enclosed, isolated locations that have been sealed off for like centuries.
This should come in handy.
Oh, hey Vadim, how's it going? Oh, I'm having quite a nice day. I'm free of a headache, which was tormenting me yesterday. I don't know what came over me, but yeah, I felt terrible yesterday. That's why I didn't stream. But yeah, today's fine. Looking forward to the second half of this week. The week that's coming, obviously. How are you? How's it going for you? It's actually a warm and sunny day all of a sudden. I mean, it's been a chill few days, but yesterday and today it's perfectly almost summer-like. If it wasn't for the amount of mosquitoes and humidity, I would have probably worn shorts the whole day, but there's a lot of mosquitoes running about.
Too close.
Oh, so you were a teacher of some sorts, or a professor?
This mural shows the prophet preaching in Constantinople.
Well, you're not the only one. We do actually have one of our member of our community that is a teacher and also in linguistics. So, wow, that's pretty cool. If you ever run into Unsavory Little Run, that's him. Alright, stop talking. I really can't bear these stupid journal entries that she's talking to herself. It's really not healthy. Yeah, the amount of languages that Unsavory has in his brain really astonish me. Time for more combat attire, shall we? I have to say this is one of my favorite combat-oriented costumes in the game.
These ruins are incredible.
All right, we're ready. Let it fly.
Oh no.
Good job. Looks like that one. Okay, let's get that door down.
Looks like Anna was right about the lost city.
Now, this wall looks like it was put up in a hurry. I can feel air coming through from the other side. I'm gonna see if I can break through. Might be another way out. Here.
Goodbye, another Trinity soldier. I do like the aspect of ice shining between the bricks with tiles.
Saw those Soviet corpses on the way in. Nothing on the radio? Yeah, I don't know who else it
No,
could be, but
there's tons of rock and ice in the way. If we're lucky, it might get a few bursts of static in it.
What are you doing, Laura?
Hold up.
What? He survives that direct explosion under his feet. Alright. I'm not gonna judge. Okay, I am. This is ridiculous. I was so stupid. Huh. Now, visually, this place is really stunning. You gotta give them that. The reflections in the ice are really something. Guess there's nothing else here to look for. Let's just go forward. Not sure, Vadim, if you're following, but there is another community stream coming this week. Friday, exactly. This is going to involve Underworld, and a few of the community streamers are going to be involved.
Someone tried to get through this door before.
Certainly not myself, but a few of others. Quite of a rockstar people. And a few new faces as well, if I remember correctly the announcement. Really can't wait for it, because Underworld is like the pinnacle of Tomb Raider. Recently played it on stream. It should be in my YouTube archive at the moment, including the Xbox DLCs, which, oh god, I wish they would port it to PC at this point. Up, 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 Laura. Thank you.
The truck's anchored to that door. It
Yes,
might be
thank you,
heavy
Laura. I
enough
know what to
rip it open.
do. God, I hate when she's leading me by my hand. Right, so go down. Sure, because moving away from the edge would have been too much for you, Laura.
She's there by the mural. Open fire! Take the fire!
Whoa. You know, the guys with pistols kind of remind me of the enemies from Tomb Raider 3. They're running towards you with a pistol withdrawn towards you, and they're shooting blind. Back me up, suppressing fire. Get clear.
Keep her down! Flush her out! She's behind me!
They do the same thing, totally. Piss off. They run exactly like these guys. This is just so fucking funny. Oh, is that a hole in the level? I never noticed that before. Yeah, they put the level together incorrectly. What a shocker.
Now this makes sense. If I follow these directions...
I wish she wasn't desperate at holding that bloody flare in her hand. Why? Why can't that be attached to her hip like all the other time? Why does she keep picking it up? That's something that should have been removed from the game rather than introduced into it. Like, that's just... no. What the fuck was that animation with her hand? I hate that she's so desperate of holding that bloody flare in her hand. Such an annoyance.
A gold sword hilt inlaid with jewels.
It's more like
This
a
belonged
hilt.
to a Byzantine noble. The blade itself was snapped off.
Why does she have to carry this? Oh, hey Spitfire. How's it going? Making up for yesterday's stream when I was just unable to focus on doing anything productive due to a headache, but today it's more or less fine, so I'm streaming now. How's your Sunday? Thank God you're here, or they have to ban a few bots, including HOS. Horses are back.
Moving into cover. Got her flanked.
He did nothing, but he says he got me flanked. Excuse me, you've dropped this. Yeah, the horses are back. And you can see one in the latest follower that hasn't cleared out after I banned him. I should clear that out, but you haven't slept yet, so that's one. That's on the list at some point. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I would imagine it should be on the list anyway. No, stop holding it above your head. That is not helping. It looks stupid. Like, I'm sorry. I have very limited time when I can actually walk with something above my head like this. Stop holding it up. No, that's okay. Sometimes I can't do Polish language, which is theoretically my native one, so... yeah, don't worry about it. Stop holding the bloody flower. I just literally hate it. Oh, crafting tool. That should allow me to do more upgrades. Stop holding that. No, I always have that. Sometimes my mind doesn't just work properly and I can't put words together. I guess everyone has that at some point. What's up, Dak? What can we do? Actually, pretty much a lot. Oh, I was supposed to change the bow to one of these. Draw speed, hold time, damage. And we'll equip you now. Because I freaking love the compound bows. Wait for it, the game needs to load it. Well, there you go. Stop holding the bloody flare in your hands, Lara. This is so fucking annoying. Oh, now she doesn't pick it up. So we are reaching the geothermal valley now. Oh, tell me about it. But Englishing is difficult even for natives, so I'm not bothering myself when I have trouble speaking in English. It's my native tongue, which worries me when I can't properly pronounce it. It's like, I don't know, my brain just doesn't work. I don't know what I picked up. I didn't pay attention, but whatever. Yeah, we should develop telepathy. It's far more efficient. What I've seen in Star Trek. Words are so limiting. Sometimes you need to use the proper... Meanwhile, I'm almost depressed because I finished another TV show that I fucking loved, and now I have nothing to watch. And suddenly Sex Education Season 3 isn't really doing anything for me. I don't know, it's too... It starts to be shocking for the sake of shocking, rather than delivering some important message, if you know what I mean. So I'm not enjoying the latest season of Sex Education. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, it's just like...
That should work.
Could have been done better. Yeah, I finished Downton Abbey and I fucking feel addicted to it. I wanna watch it again. Actually, I probably will. I mean, good TV show, I can watch it all the time. I remember when Friends were on Netflix, I kept watching this like on a daily basis, like for hours. It was just running in the background. I wouldn't have to even pay attention too much to it, but yeah, I would definitely follow. The yellings that she does. Oh no, everything's collapsing. Yeah, welcome in. Aranyasta is a member of our Word of Tomb Raider community. Yeah, I'm not lately playing any classics. I probably should look into that, but yeah, I just felt like continuing a series rather than...
And this, it shows the exodus of his people.
They
from
failed in the
deserts
first
of
game.
Syria.
Right now they're just tedious.
They settled in a hidden valley and built a great city. Katash. To protect the city and its people, the Prophet raised an army of warriors. But what is this showing? It's not the divine source they're holding. Something else. But what? And his warriors forged for him.
Now, I'm sorry, how is that exactly supposed to be readable? This is something blurry etched into mosaic type of a mural or wall thingy, and how did she read? And his architect, I mean, what the hell? It's just like
An atlas, that the Prophet might always know his city and its secrets. A map of the city. It could show the way to the divine source.
Right. I can't get over this. This is such a bad moment. Because that's still here and it's still not readable, you know. I don't know how the hell does she read this? And her finger movement doesn't even highlight a sentence. It's just like two edged symbols in a row, and she already read like half of a sentence, and I'm like, wait, what? I think Crystal Dynamics is making things at this point. Oh wait, the entire game is made up. Like there's no historical or geographical background behind Ryder the Tomb Raider whatsoever. So why am I picking, right? Why am I complaining? Anyway. Moving on. I mean, sure, I understand it's fiction, but this fiction is supposed to be more realistic, more grounded.
It's a wonder this place is still standing.
If we're making things up, like Tomb Raider 1 made things up more realistically, even with, I don't know, gorillas in Greece and I don't know,
Even
Thor
damaged, the artistry
beneath
is
the
stunning.
monastery. Thor shrine beneath the monastery. It still made more sense. By the way, what's this light? Why is this light coming down from inside a dark pit? I know it's supposed to be a visual gimmick that there is a trap, but couldn't this be done better? Like, I don't know. This be done good? I mean, I do appreciate that there are some traps. They're just so generic and recognizable at this point. Oh, I hate this part. Forced damage comes here. You know what? Because the Crystal Dynamics studio has actually fallen into their own trap. They set themselves a universe established in a semi-realistic world, and then they went totally, like, all the way to total fantasy, made-up stuff in the second game, and that's why I can't even bother to really follow the story too closely, because it's so bad. Here we are, the most unappealing greenery location in the entire Tomb Raider series. I think Jungle in Tomb Raider 3 looked more realistic than this supposedly lush with vegetation area. What's a CBA? I'm sorry, in Poland CBA is Central Bureau of Anti-Corruption. So, a CBA has a totally bad connotation in my mind. What is CBA syndrome? Can't be arsed. Okay, never run into that one. What is funny about this place is that normally the surroundings of Lake Svitloyar, which is in Russia, actually still, I think it's still in the Moscow Oblast. It's a flat region. There's not a single elevation of the ground. I think Vadim can vouch for that, and I don't know if you've been to Lake Svitloyar, but this is where it's supposed to take place. It's supposedly Siberia, and it's supposedly Lake Svitloyar where, accordingly to the old legends, the city of Kitesh has sunk beneath. But nothing of these surroundings really translated. I mean, it doesn't even look right. The nature's wrong. The trees I mean, no, the lake is over there, but that lake is like 3 times the size of the actual lake, at least. It's not a glacial lake, and there are no mountain peaks that are covered with snow either. Like, not even in the vicinity, you know. That lake actually has a small beach that people come during the summer to rest nearby, so they didn't even try. They didn't even. I don't think they even Googled. Like, I think they just went to an encyclopedia or something, talking about the sunken city, and then just built everything around it for the script.
Stop right there. Easy. Easy.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know I'm not with Trinity. Why should we believe you? I escaped with one of yours. A man named Jacob. Where is he now? We were together, but we got separated in the mines.
She killed him!
No! No. Jacob would never trust an outsider. Please, listen, I am not your enemy. I warned you. You should have left.
Sophia! Enough!
Father!
no, I think even Tomb Raider 2 had more logic in it than this game has.
I'm glad you made it out of there. Forgive Sophia, she is cautious.
She has got the
In her
right nurse,
position, I'd be
she's
the same
trustworthy.
What did you find out?
Trinity is coming in force. We must prepare.
Her?
She's a friend. On my word, no harm will come to her.
These ruins. We must be near the Prophet's lost city.
Come. We do not have much time. Prepare the weapon stores. Secure the battlements. Go! Now! They're almost here. But we're outnumbered.
The children and elders are vulnerable.
Go. Get them into the catacombs. Light the fires. The valley must be alerted.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Sophia, muster our fighters. Then meet me in the upper village.
Don't disappear again, Father.
There's much to do. If we had more time.
Later. For now, I'll do what I can to help.
And dramatic music. But instead of preparing for the upcoming battle, I'm going to just scavenge a little bit. Just gonna ignore everything that was just said and just gonna be running around, poking and prodding and exploring stuff for findables, collectibles, and whatnot. Because I can. If we had more time later. What?
Jacob and his people are resilient.
I'm sorry,
I'll give
Laura,
them
but
that.
you need to shut up now. Thank you.
You too.
Thank you.
I need eyes.
I'm sorry, I just can't bother. Oh, I just found out that... Oh, God. I had a mosquito incident during the night. Kept waking me up with a buzzing near my ear, and I thought I saved myself from being bitten, but now I just found out that mosquito bite on my cheek, and it fucking itches like crazy. I hate mosquitoes. Can we cancel mosquitoes? I sincerely despise this type of existence. Mosquitoes. What shall we wear? I think it would be more fitting to wear something. Yeah, I fucking hate those. Nah. Ah.
The Soviets did as well. So we stay beneath the trees. They can't hit what they can't see.
Yeah, I was like, why... After all of the species that we made extinct, why couldn't we just add one more and extinct all
Don't
mosquitoes?
forget that.
Pretty please, because I fucking despise those creatures more than I despise...
Damn. We only
I
have
don't
a
know.
day to prepare.
We can drive them out, can't we? You were
Working
there
in
when we
open
drove the
spaces
Soviets out.
in my
Here,
company.
we can
Oh,
do it
that's
again.
that's a good one.
I didn't think we could do it then. And it took 10 years. Better to say nothing.
A prehistoric carving of the bear.
Cute. Disease, mosquito bites, yeah, whatever. I would very welcome elimination of both aspects to mosquitoes' existence. Well, at least we could enhance spiders that they're more efficient in eating those fucking things. Although enhancing spiders is probably a dangerous thing, so maybe we just should focus on eliminating mosquitoes rather than enhancing any of their enemies. I could have ended up badly. Although, if you genetically enhance spiders, there's a chance that there will be a Spider-Man at a later point. And that's a prospect I could live with. You just have to make sure that he's more worldwide than, you know, localized. One thing I dislike about Spider-Man is that he's only protecting people of New York. What about the rest of the world? Superman didn't have problems saving people in all over the world. Not only he branched out, he wasn't limited to America or something. Spider-Man is very local. Spider-Bat? No, Batman is still like... See, he's still local, you know. He's your friendly local Dark Knight or Gotham City, which is not even a place. Spider-Man is better because he lives in a place that actually exists. You know, it just makes more sense to have a superhero that actually knows the world and, you know, travels all around. At least for me, I wouldn't mind. We need to genetically enhance, like, I don't know, we should maybe genetically enhance, Tom Holland so he can actually become an actual Spider-Man. Because he's cute and hot, and I wouldn't mind him as a real Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
Now I see. It speaks of something hidden.
By the way, look at this. This is grass, which is growing on nothing. It's growing on the air. Like, there's even no reason for the grass to be like this. Lara can be inside the grass. That's cute. Damn, the lush vegetation here.
I promised to keep them safe. What have I done? We should have been ready for this. We knew better, damn it.
We knew better, damn it.
I need more wood for the fire.
They needed most of the lumber to repair the guard towers. We'll have to make do with what we have.
Well, if they need arrowheads for the battle, then I need more firewood.
I've already cut plenty. Besides, I don't know how much more time you'll have left to forge.
We can make points faster than rocket.
We have told the...
I'll run out of nails before we're done.
New rifle unlocked. I wonder what rifle did I unlock actually?
Greetings.
Greetings. She sees me for the first time and doesn't know who the hell I am, but greetings. Yeah, I know. Plot armor.
Not much fuel left in the torch. I think I can get 4, maybe 5 more sheets cut for the barricades.
Another...
We'll have to find more.
That's gonna be a problem. I dragged the last of those cylinders out of the Soviet
He's walking on a
prison
carpet
few
that
summers
makes it
back.
sound as if he was
After
walking
that,
on a rock.
You're back to using a hammer and chisel.
There's gotta be more. The Soviets left everything behind.
Camp Ryder.
We spent 2 full days combing the old building. That's the last of the fuel. Don't worry, you'll like the chisel.
I mean, don't get me
Never
wrong, I
let
know
it
what they were
dry.
trying to aim to make this place like a believable thing, but this settlement is laughable at best. It's so small. I can't believe like, I don't know, a couple of hundred or at least a couple of dozen people would live in all of this. There's like 1 or 2 beds in each house. They like group in those
How's
beds.
the cutting coming?
Slow. Gotta be careful. The rust makes
Like,
weak
yeah,
spots.
2
We
beds
should've kept
and
the metal dry during the rains.
that's all for an entire house.
We had to use those sheets to patch the roof
So
last
just
year.
2 people
when
can
we had
sleep
the
in this
floods.
house? Like,
Make do with what you can.
what the hell? I know. I'm expecting logic from a Tomb Raider game, but you know, there is a fine line between a game that actually has been properly thought out and the one that hasn't been just mindlessly assembled without even thinking if the elements work.
Now this.
I don't even know if the people who made this game actually saw how the European wilderness really looks like. I don't think they've seen a proper, like, European forest. That's not how they look like.
Followers of the Prophet fled to the east. The journey was...
Yeah, forest has trees, but you know, when they made Yamatai, it actually looked like a Japanese wild island that has been abandoned for centuries. This doesn't even look like proper Europe, you know.
Here
So,
is your...
and you know, the 3 games just are very inconsistent in that department. Yeah, the detail and the visual aspects of the environment in 2013 actually made sense. This is just laughable. Oh, okay. Rebreather, okay. That rebreather is a funny thing. She can submerge indefinitely on something small, so small that it hides in your fist. I would love to have a look at that technology because it looks like something from Star Wars Episode 1. Well, I call it the entire game is half-as developed, but maybe I'm biased. There's just so much stuff that doesn't work. It's just surprised that at any point it got any positive reviews. Okay, that didn't work. Damn, that jump didn't totally work. Well, to me, this game is half developed. They repeated the entire structure of this story from the first game, adapted it so it kind of feels like a second game, but if the first one didn't happen, is there any felt of consequences? Like, do you even feel like she went through Yamatai through, in this game? Do you even feel that? Because I don't feel it. Of course you have to fucking do that. Do you remember playing Tomb Raider Legend in Bolivia the first time around? There was a lot of waterfalls, wasn't there? The funny thing is, you play Legend in 2006, and when Lara goes through a waterfall, she gets wet. Guess what happens here? Nothing. It's a hologram. It's not water. It's just a visual thing. Lara doesn't get wet at all. She will never get wet here. Coming through any waterfalls in any of the reboot games doesn't do what they even thought about in Legend in 2006. Half of the puddles in this game don't even make a watery sound. This one does because it's flowing water, but there will be tons of puddles in this game later on, or they've been already in the previous areas, that they don't even make a sound like they're water. They don't even pretend it's water. It's just a visual gimmick to pretend that there is something more in the area. Might as well not have been there, and it would make no difference. You would expect the game developer would have been actually, you know, consistent in what they're doing, instead of like going backwards. Oh, this is fun. There's no reaction of water, no sound of water. It's just a visual gimmick. And of course she stands in this and won't get wet at all. It's just funny. I just find it funny. I'm not even saying it's a bad thing. It's just, you know, they're trying to hit the realistic vibe, and then they do this. And I'm like, why are you expecting us to praise this if it's even not doing what you'd expect to happen, you know? It's just plain lazy. But it's been a while since they've been around, and I kind of got used to their lazy development cycles. They rather recycle than develop anew, or like invent a new thing. Super realistic, yeah, totally. That's maybe just me, I don't know. Maybe I'm just complaining, but when you get promised one thing and you get totally something else, didn't you feel like kind of, I don't know, cheated? Like, I still remember suggestions that Tomb Raider Underworld is going to have a changeable weather. Like, there's going to be a day and night cycle and changing weather.
The architect.
None of that is in any of the new games. Yeah, sure, the first two reboot games actually have an interchangeable weather conditions and day and night cycle, but only when you fast travel. It doesn't change on your eyes. And it's not like something I need, it's just like they couldn't manage to do that even in later games, so I don't know how they were even expecting to introduce that into Underworld for all it counts. Meanwhile, I hear Crystal is hiring a narrative director or something. It would be better to simply hire a new script writer. yeah, I mean, I wish that I was hoping that the next Tomb Raider after Underworld is going to have at least the mechanics that we were really longing for Lara to be able to defend herself when she's on ledges, you know, when she's traversing the environment and she can still defend herself. Like the occasional kick that you could have done in Underworld, or like, you know, you're picking up an object but you can actually swing with it, so if an enemy comes to you, you can still like fight it off. I wish that this was still there, you know, that the game actually had that, that the series held on to that. Not only they didn't, but they even forgot about, you know, the other things that were already in the game, like the player tailoring that you had in Underworld was something that I'm really missing from majority of the games even today. Like, I wish I could just come up to an object and figure out that I can interact with it instead of having a huge marker that, oh, this is something you can interact with. Like, I didn't like that when they did that for Angel of Darkness with that hand icon that told you that you can either pick it up. Warning from Megan or Neha? No, No, why? Has anyone got that? Who got that kind of warning? I'm not that very active on Twitter, to be honest, lately. I don't have time or the life force to actually circle around Twitter too much. Oh no, the wolves are coming. What am I gonna do? Spill some tea without knocking over the kettle. Okay. Now you got my curiosity. No, to be honest, I personally think that they genuinely dislike me. I have a feeling like Megan is still like grumpy for the time when I think I tagged her in something on Facebook and I had no idea that she has two accounts, personal and a professional one, and I tagged her private account instead of the professional one on Facebook. I wasn't really aware of that, and I think she still holds a grudge for that, so I don't think she really cares for me much. To be honest, oh, yeah, the thing is that, yeah, it is mentioned, like, the reason behind it, I don't think it's about, bad luck. It's just like, they don't want to incite unnecessary community struggle. They've been trying to be very delicate about the balance between between Core and Crystal Games and the fan base following both and each. So yeah, we did receive like instruction just at least on the stream, because they don't really intervene in what we're doing on our channels. Like, we don't have to be like ambassadors of the franchise or anything like it on our private time. But it was emphasized not to unnecessarily incite conflicts on the stream, so, you know, you might be vocal against reboot games or the core games or LAU games on your personal space outside of being attached to the community streams, because you just don't want to unnecessarily incite people to fight on the streams, you know. So I don't think it was like more like a warning, more like a reminder that they're aiming to unify the community rather than to unnecessarily incite conflicts on it, and I do understand that. I mean, I get that. I mean, yeah, if... I honestly... I do dislike the storyline and the direction the reboot games took. I'm not gonna lie about that. And I genuinely think that both Camilla and the entire direction for the franchise with the reboot after the first game was really a really bad one. I think we did not need 3 games to see Lara evolve into what we know she should evolve.
There's got to be something down there.
Which, to be honest, after Shadow, I don't think she still has. But I don't entirely hate those 3 games. I think they're decent adventure games. Decent, not brilliant, not amazing, but they're decent, you know, they're playable. They do have some merit. It's like, I just don't consider them proper Tomb Raiders, you know, because what happens in those games is before Lara becomes a Tomb Raider, so it's not like I'm hating them in terms of like, they're bad Tomb Raiders. They're just not Tomb Raiders yet, because if you're trying to show an origin story, it's not exactly the core of what you would expect a proper Tomb Raider to be, and that's not a bad thing per se. It's just like, yeah, they wanted to tell a prequel story. I don't know, I have not run into anything like it, but
A gold belt buckle.
I stopped throwing opinions of like I don't try to throw like comprehensive opinions on Twitter. For once, you don't have enough. You don't get enough characters to actually express what you're thinking, and I've realized recently that you can't really express what you want to say in the limit of characters you have on a tweet. And I hate to do like a chain of tweets that will be combined all together into like a set piece. So I just stopped doing that, and whenever I'm throwing an opinion, I would like to explain myself and like emphasize where it's coming from, rather than just say, oh, this is just pure bad.
I have left my wife in the care of these physicians.
I am a fan of the franchise. There are elements that I really wish that were carried on to classic era from the reboot or LAU era, and vice versa. So I'm not like totally disliking everything reboot. I just dislike elements of it, but I can still see merit to some of the elements, if that makes any sense. Reporting people and classic streamers as toxic to crystal management is something that is problematic in itself, because, you know, you have the right, you are entitled everyone did say some stuff about it, you know. I don't know, I just really hate the cancelling culture that's getting into every single element of life. You get cancelled for all kinds of stuff, for having an opinion that doesn't fit someone else. Can't we just agree that we can disagree with certain elements, and neither opinion is actually a fact, because opinion is still a subjective view of the subject? I mean, yeah, it is exhausting, because you just have to bother with stuff that really shouldn't be even a problem. I have the right to dislike elements of Crystal Dynamics games as much as I can dislike elements from Core era. I mean, there are still elements in Angel of Darkness which I genuinely dislike, and I can be vocal about those things too. Does that mean I should be cancelled from Core era games fan base or something? I mean, can't I just have my own views without, you know, my view being insulting to someone else's? Is that so difficult to agree to disagree? Every game is allowed to be criticized or praised. I have the right to have my own opinion, and I have the right to judge it in my own capacity, on the basis of my experiences and my personal views. I mean, if we all thought the same, we would be very much boring because there would be nothing to discuss really. We can of course agree on things, and that's lovely when just people agree on certain elements which you know bring them together, but does that mean that we will always have to agree on the same topic, on every single topic all the time? Because that would be boring. We would very quickly lose interest in total conversations, because we would probably stop talking to one another because everyone knows that everyone agrees, and that's kind of boring. I don't really care. If I get it, I'll get it, and I won't be featured on any streams or whatever. I'm not that desperate for attention or anything. I'm glad I was able to like stream on 2 of their community streams if they think at some point that my personal views are damaging or whatever, and they won't even, you know, take the full context of what I'm saying. Then fine, whatever, do whatever you like. I just don't really care. I still have people who come to my streams, even if it's just a small group of people. I still appreciate them, and I don't really need 500 people in my streams all the time and, you know, agreeing with me with whatever I say. It's just life when everyone agrees with everyone else is a very boring one, and I don't want to be part of boring life. I made a mistake. I should have... damn, shouldn't have done that yet. I wanted to jump upwards, Lara. Well, that... You know, people say platforming in classic games was difficult. No, platforming in classic games was very consistent. This is everything but consistency. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm shocking to have an opinion. Maybe an unpopular opinion. Oh my god, cancel me now. I've learned to disagree with some people and just stop convincing them to my own point of view, because, you know, well, classic games, except for Angel of Darkness, you never know how Lara's about to jump, but Angel of Darkness is its own game, so... Yeah, you may have different outcomes when you're jumping. Each time you jump, something else might happen, and, you know... I think LAU was more consistent with that, with the jumps, except for Underworld, because Underworld already started to cause problems. And as much as I love Underworld, I think platforming should have been untouched from Legend and Anniversary, and I think they did the game disservice by forcing the game to function in the annoyance of the motion capture they recorded. I know they were very happy to have motion capture, and that's fine, especially that some of the cutscenes and animations are really, really cool, but yeah, changing the entire mechanics for the 3rd game in the installment, yeah, they should have waited for the next game that might revolutionize the character movements. Yeah, they made it a lot worse. I mean, I could learn how it's going to work, and somehow you could learn that it's predictable in Anniversary, at least. Same thing can't be said for Underworld, I'm afraid, and that's a shame. The same thing can be said about Underworld in terms of like damage, like full damage.
An old codex. Looks to be a treatise on the connection between the body and the mind.
I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you noticed, but when, by the way, we're running on water. Do you feel water? It's like running on rocks. It's not even an effect on the water that Laura's walking on it. It's supposed to look like water because it's somewhat animated, but it's not actual water. It's not even a sound when she jumps into it. Sometimes when you're falling, you're taking fall damage in Underworlds after. If you move immediately. If you move immediately after dropping down, like you start running, you sometimes can take damage, whilst you won't take damage if you allow Lara to finish the dropping animation and you won't run immediately, then she will not take damage. That is just plain bad. That just shouldn't happen. How did it pass? That is a very good question. I don't suppose the QA actually has had much to do in this game. I don't know if they didn't pay enough or they didn't have enough time to look at every element of the game. Maybe the game was a bit too long and they just, you know, did troubleshooting and QA for only the core elements of the game, like core locations. And everything else was just like, yeah, whatever, just don't go for every optional area because we don't have enough time, so don't do Q&A of every area and every location. That's the only explanation I can find for it. And to me, that's plain lazy. But I've been accusing Crystal of lazy development for years, and I still haven't been, like, proven wrong in that assessment, so I guess just got used to the lazy development cycle they're following. I recently found out that they're doing some sort of shooter game or something. First-person shooter that's... Oh no, that's opened the email now. Oh no. I'm gonna be so depressed. Someone be bothered by certain members of the Polish community to do another community stream and label myself with their brand for
Lara, I'm sorry if Sophia
to
was
give them publicity.
less than welcoming.
I understand. I'm just glad you were there to vouch for me.
My people have spent decades fighting outsiders. It's not an easy habit to break. See if you can lend a hand with the preparations. A little hard work would go a long way towards building trust.
I'll see what I can do.
Well, I wouldn't want to stream any of the reboot games, so... Besides, I do have a feeling that they're going to have a huge problem in streaming the reboot because these games are so extremely long, and I think they will just have to have streamers showcase particular locations of the game, so they will have to have a I'm looking for... Spitfire, you read my mind. Looking forward not to look forward to these games. To these streams, yeah, kinda. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy Shadow for what it was. I think it's the best looking and best Tomb Raider-y reboot game, but yeah, I don't want to stream it. So I would be very vocal about my displeasure for them, so I just couldn't. Tomb Raider streams for me are just a closed thing. I can stream those games on my own if I want to, like I'm doing right now, but that's on my own terms and my own pace. And no one's gonna tell me not to be vocal if I dislike a certain element. At least streaming any of the classics. Yeah, but that's the thing. How are they going to cover those games? I mean, they're extremely long. Maybe not the first one because you can still speedrun it. But is it fun to celebrate the game by speedrunning it? Because I don't enjoy speedrunning in general, so even watching it is painful to me because you're missing so much stuff that's in the background of the game, or like I don't know, it's just weird. It's something that I can't even imagine how they're going to tackle. Well, I don't know, they're going to divide those streams into 2 separate days like they did for Lost Revelation. Because the Rise is still a pretty short game if you like avoid all the optional stuff. But I'm sure that people won't want to like avoid the tombs because tombs are like probably the best locations of the game. So they want to do them justice. I don't know how they're going to tackle that. I'm curious, but that curiosity does not make me want to be part of it, honestly. Okay, too. Well, actually, Rihanna hates this line. It's really funny that they told her that it's going to be only for a trailer, and then they kept it for the entire game. For the main game, and now it's like etched into everybody. The fans really remember that one, didn't they? But I think that line really did a lot of disservice to the game. In my opinion, whoever decided to keep that line should really be fired under disciplinary action. Because that line just does a lot of disservice to it. Everyone knows how it should have ended. Oh look, we're walking on water. Like, literally Lara is almost to her belt in water. But the only sound you get is when she's jumping into it. But when you're walking, it's still like walking on ground and she's not getting wet, as if she would... If she would get this deep into water, her ass would have been and legs would have been wet, but they're not because it's not actually water. Is it a line that actually Reboot fans hate too? Because I don't think I know a lot of Reboot fans, honestly. I'll tell you why, because it was developed not in haste. They had 3 years to develop Legend, and Legend is relatively short and very simple game, and they had a fully functional engine. They rebuilt the engine for Reboot, and because this game is like probably at least half a game longer than the previous game, I don't think it got enough time to be properly developed and tested. They just put up environments, but they're literally here. If you're playing on Xbox 360, you would have no foliage, no grass, no rocks whatsoever. Everything would have been just a very blurred texture. Something even worse than this texture. It would have been so blurry. There would be no leaves, there would be no grass. And geometry would have been a lot worse, so it would look like a plain empty area with nothing in it. Because there's literally nothing here. Everything here is just cosmetics. The trees, Lara doesn't even react to running through those small trees and bushes. Like, they're like a hologram to her. It's not a physical obstacle. Not even this one, you know. This is all something that doesn't exist for her. This does, but it's just a small obstacle, and it still allows you to just fly through it if you jump. Because it's only an obstacle when you're walking on the ground. If you're jumping through it, it would just jump through it. So yeah, that's just... It's just cosmetics. That's my biggest problem with the environment, that it's big nothing. All of this is just eye candy. Like, none of this makes any matter to the character. She doesn't even react to the fact that she's standing in the middle of a river. Like, sorry, if you're knees deep into a river, you're having trouble walking. And the speed of this water suggests that it should probably pull her with it, but it's not. So physically, it's just big nothing. And that's not a subjective opinion. That's a fact, because you could just see that. Oh, sure. She got a knife, but she's still skinning the animal with arrows. That makes sense. Yeah, this game has a lot of shortcuts, and that's not a subjective opinion. That is a fact. It's a sad fact that this game is just half-baked sequel that just does everything the same as the first game. Just throws in a few mechanics that seem to be like a nuisance, but you simply forget about them very quickly on. And that's just it. Now, I do appreciate that there is grass, but it's nothing. It's all big nothing. It's just huge amounts of holograms that Lara doesn't even interact with. It could have been just an empty desert and it would make no difference for you for the gameplay. Ah, yes. And then there are human giants.
You there! Maybe you'll be able to help us with these machines.
Like, this is a woman, and Lara's shorter by a head in height to every woman, at least, that she runs into the game.
These invaders have a new tool to threaten us with. Small helicopters piloted by machine. Drones, they tell me. The things don't fight back.
Yeah, desert would feel more Tomb Raider-y. Look at her
They're mapping the valley,
gestures.
and we're losing our advantage. I've been able to bring a few of them down, but with those weapons, I expect you'll have better luck. Will you help?
Did you see how dismembered are the movements of her arms
bet
from
I
her
can take a
body
few of them down.
language? There's nothing.
The
It's
more
just
the better. Come see me
a
again. when you're
hand
done.
animated character that just it's like a puppet. It moves the mouth, but it does really nothing. Two out. Oh, did you have anything in your house? Yeah, I thought she's got a map. That's the only place where you find water puddle that Lara actually gets wet from getting into in the entire map. All of the others, well, there's one more, but all of the others will be just, you know, a visual gimmick, nothing else. And it's raining now, but like in Underworld, Lara used to have, you know, the ledges would have been slippery for her. Nothing like this happens ever since Reboot took place. Ah, there you are. I saw you. Shit. Where the hell did it go?
Trinity will be here soon.
No, they won't. Until we go through a scripted conversation, they won't. For fuck's sake, where the hell did it go? Get back, you stupid drone. World famous drone hunter. Yeah, from an archaeologist to a drone hunter.
Have you dealt with the rest of those machines?
I think I got the last of them.
That you did. They may send more, but at least we can make it hard on the bastards. We're grateful for your help.
Right. Ah, there you are. I hurt you. Sure, a bunny would definitely run just beneath my feet, towards me. Did I mention that artificial intelligence for enemies is almost non-existent? There are just two archetypes of NPCs when it comes to animals. Predators, like wolves and bears, and skittish ones, which you technically hunt for, and they will be chaotically skittish. They will be running all around without actually any logic or sense. Deer sometimes ram you. Wolves will be more consistent. Cheating bear. Why is she acting as if she was cold? You know, what was the... Did Assassin's Creed 3 came in 2012? No, actually, I think it came 2011. Anyway, Assassin's Creed 3 had a hunting mechanic. When you skinned an animal, all that remained were bones and all skinned carcass. I haven't even seen anything taken of the bear here. Like, there's not even fading of the screen that can allow the game to swap the model of the animal to a skinned one. Another funny thing, you can't stand on it. It's a non-traversable obstacle that Lara will just slide off. There's no collision with it from above. Which I think is kind of funny. Well, between funny and a joke, but it's up there. Yeah, I thought it was 2012. Between 2011 and 2012. And that game already had a better skinning and hunting mechanic than Rise ever had. And Rise is only a second game in the franchise. They could have looked at, and it's funny because they really inspired themselves with Assassin's Creed 3. Because the stealth mechanic in bushes is identical to Assassin's Creed 3. Because you have to enter the bushes to be hidden away. So yeah, technically and visually, this is just a game with a lot of superficial elements that really don't make sense. All are just a visual gimmick and nothing else. It's kind of sad. Come on, grab the fucking ledge.
There's not enough. We have to make do. You there. We could use some help if that's what you're here for.
I'm here to help. What can I do?
We're trying to fortify as many of these towers as we can. Most of them were badly damaged in last year's floods. We've got the repairs in hand, but I need some extra supplies from around the valley. If we can get these towers repaired, it'll give us an advantage over the invaders, and it'll help us reach the upper levels of the ruined towers. Will you help?
No
I'll see
choice,
what I can
really.
round up.
Thank you. Bring them back to me when you found them. Do you have the supplies we need?
I already have them.
Here you are.
That was the
This
fastest
should be
mission
everything
ever
you asked for.
completed.
Good, good. Leave some of the supplies in the basket there, and we'll finish the repairs. But I need you to bring the rest of the supplies down to the tower by the lakeshore. When you're done, meet me back here.
Yes, another fetch quest. Look at the... Wait, what? But there's no puddle here. Oh, there is, but... It's so small it wouldn't make that kind of noise. Excuse me, has this game received any sort of quality assurance procedures? I guess not. Oh, this bitch wants something
Lara,
from
may I
me
speak
again.
with you?
No, you may not. I'm on another errand. Thank you. I'm on another fetch quest for your colleague. Leave me alone. I'm busy. To quote a famous Bernard person. Yeah. It looks good to us. It's not about how it looks. It needs to also work consistently. Like in Tomb Raider 3, at least you would get a life meter that will decrease her life. And she's in an extremely cold weather. Here? Nothing. Oh, and I'm trying to understand what's this for.
So remote, yet so beautiful.
She said looking at her own feet. Like, literally, she's looking at her own feet. Sure, that is a beautiful view, but you need to look at it, Lara. No, she's looking at her boots still. Alrighty then.
So cold.
So cold. Nothing happened, but yeah, it's so cold. Now what did this bitch want?
There's much to do, and not enough of us left.
What can I do for you?
Shut up, old
We
woman.
need food and shelter for those that can't fight. We'll make emergency rations from dried boar and mushrooms. It's better than it sounds,
What the hell is on
but
her
I don't think I'll be able to
head?
gather nearly enough. If
Is
you
that
could
a
track and kill a
tattoo?
razorback, as well as bring the rest of the ingredients, we might be able to keep everyone fed. For another day at least.
Yes, of course.
I'll be here. And thank you.
Oh, that's a tattoo. I don't know how I didn't notice that. Guess we need to shoot some piggies. I'm starting to see that even with all the tediousness of Red Dead Redemption, it's still a better game than Rise. I kind of regret I sold the game, because I think I would still have more fun with Red Dead Redemption 2, I mean. I never played the first game, but I also never really cared for Wild West themes, so that's why I didn't feel like playing it too much. I only played them never. I only played neither of them. I tried to start the second game.
How goes the hunt?
You know, it was
What do
very
these do?
tedious
Yes.
to me. Like, you have to remember
Yes,
to
I'll start
brush
drying the meat, but this...
your horse. You
this
need to
should be
remember
enough
to
for now.
wash it. You
Thank
have to
you
remember
again,
to
Laura.
feed it.
Glad I could help.
It's a lot of stuff that really doesn't really mean anything to me. So, yeah, that's... I just felt like it was boring to me, so I never completed. I never went even into the game properly. I started playing it, I liked the beginning. But the introduction to that game is so fucking slow. I literally remember falling asleep in front of the TV when I was playing it the first time. And the graphics were beautiful, it's just like the game is so tedious and it starts so slowly. There's like... For someone who's not invested into the world, into the universe, it feels kind of bland, you know. I know it's not, but that's how it feels if you're not invested into that kind of world. And I really have very little to zero care for Wild West themes and westerns and all that kind of stuff. So I just felt like, this is gonna be a waste of time. It's just gonna be a dust collector and nothing else. So I sold it off because I bought the physical copy. Because for some reason, physical copies are cheaper than the digital ones.
likely
Grumpy
come from the air.
Hannah?
Jacob is assembling fighters in the
Oh
upper
my
village to draw their
God.
attention there. The children and those too old to fight
Oh, welcome in, Hannah. Welcome, and thank you for the raid.
will be safely hidden in the Acropolis catacombs. I will go there once things are in hand here.
You were playing... Oh, yeah, you were doing a Nuzlocke, or whatever.
The fight will
I'm not
not
sure if I
be won in
pronounced it
open
right, but...
combat. They will hit us hard and fast, and we will
You were doing
take
that
losses.
Pokemon challenge,
They
I saw your
hope to crush
tweets.
us in their initial assault, but we will turn their eagerness into our advantage. This will be a long engagement.
Thank you for the raid,
If we hope
Grumpy
to
Hannah. I
survive,
hope you're
we
doing
must
fine. I
wear
hope
them
your
down
day is good.
slowly, strategically. We will bleed them from 100 cuts until they have nothing left. Only then will we be victorious.
It's good
For
to
now,
see
we
you up in
light
the house.
fires, warn the others in the valley. Today, we win by surviving. Gather as much ammunition and supplies as you can. Hide them in the caves and ruins. When you've completed your duties, rendezvous in the upper village. Understood?
Yes!
Understood!
Good. Now go. The prophet be with you.
1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. She talked to 8 people. And all of them are giants. Look at that.
Something I can do for you.
I know
We
you're
don't know what
busy.
armor these invaders wear.
Trinity is going to
I'm
be
not
here
sure these
soon.
will be enough to cut through.
There's much to do.
At least we have a few rifles this time.
But I want to help. Let me show you that I'm on your side.
Oh, much
I'm sorry.
appreciated. Yeah,
This is not an
that's
easy
really
time for
fine.
us.
I understand that
I
we're
can
kind
see
of
you
missing
mean
one
well.
another
But good intentions
because we're
won't keep you
streaming and
alive out
functioning
here.
on Twitch in
I'm
different
running out of
times.
fletching. We'll need more.
I'm usually in the
We're still
afternoon,
putting
so this
forward
is
to an
unusual for
arrow.
me, but I'm
It'll
just
fly
taking
with
advantage of the weekend.
What? Evenly spaced around the arrow shaft? That doesn't look right.
Just
But
like
yeah,
that.
welcome in and thank you so much for raiding me. I really
Murals.
appreciate it. I hope everyone's doing absolutely great. How was your game? How was the stream for you? I hope you managed to pass through the Pokemon challenge properly. Was it fun? I hope it was. I'm just trying a new thing for a series, like doing a
Trinity
live
being
review, mostly ranting about the game, really, rather than reviewing it, but I haven't really done a proper full-time stream of this title from start to finish, so I'm making up for it. And yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Really eventful, okay. I hope in a good way. D&D starting in less than 15 minutes. Need to get ready for that. Ooh. Well, good luck with that. I hope you have a great time. I do really appreciate you dropping in and sharing a community. I hope you enjoy the rest of your time, and I'll see you at some point later on. That won't be needed now, but might be useful. Yeah, you take care of yourself, Grumpy Hannah, and yeah, hope to see you soon.
Lara, I could use your help. Our people are spread thin across the valley. If you light the signal tower, they'll know that the danger is imminent.
I'll do what I can.
Once the fire is lit, they'll know what to do.
Yep, see you, Hannah. Thanks again. And yeah, welcome in everyone who's joined with the stream.
Are we sure this pine resin will burn?
I wish they didn't talk all that much because I can't focus on what I'm talking about.
Even if it won't, the smell alone would be
Shut
enough
up,
to drive
people!
them.
Shut up, people in the village! Oh, thank God. Yeah, so welcome in, Raiders. My name is Chris. I'm a Polish variety streamer. I'm streaming in English though because it's easier for me. And most of the people I interact with on Twitch are from the rather English-based regions of the world, so that's
And
how
I
I'm
am
streaming in English. A lot of Tomb Raider is what you can expect to see in my streams, but other games too.
You're the one that came with Jacob. I have something to ask of you.
The followers of the prophet fled. They were
And
attacked
yeah, there's a lot of
in Syria.
action adventure games. I'm trying to get into proper mindset to maybe continue with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. For some reason, I just couldn't get back to it, honestly. Because the game is so long and there's so much to do. I just felt so bored of it a bit. I think they just bloated the recent Assassin's Creed games over the proportion with the size, but maybe that's just me. Maybe that's what people like about these games. Yeah, to me it's a little bit tedious. It's just like, it drags forever. I mean, I think I touched maybe I managed to finish the chapter, maybe. I'm not gonna be even certain if I did. And yeah, I've got 80 or 90 plus hours on it, and I have zero incentive to continue it. And because of the break I had with it, I haven't played it for quite a while. I just feel like I don't remember what it's all about, and I don't want to start it all over. So I'm like, I'm just kind of wondering whether I should ever get back to it, or maybe just let it collect the dust. No one wants to buy it, so. But anyway, the copy itself wasn't expensive anyway, so. I was recently thinking about maybe I should purchase the DLCs because the season pass is on the sale, but yeah, the price is still a bit too high for me, and considering that how tedious the size of it was, do I want to double it? I think not. So
Aurora, the
I just
physician.
didn't touch it so far. I'm not sure if I ever will. Funny, it's going to be one of 2 Assassin's Creed games I've never finished in the entire series. Well, 2.5, because I've never probably finished the second DLC for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but yeah, that game bored me to death at some point, and I did really dislike the DLC, really. The first one really put me off, and I don't want to do the second one. The other Assassin's Creed game I have never finished would be Syndicate. No, actually I didn't play Rogue as well, but I've actually never even started it. I don't even own a copy. So there's that. Yeah, Odyssey was long. It took me 6 months to punch through it with breaks, and I had to take long breaks because I was so tired of it at some point. I just didn't feel like I want to do it. Like, I played it recently on streams, but that's because I just felt like running a half-naked dude through Greece, and I just really did like the way Alexios looks like, and that's all I did. I didn't care for the story anymore. I stopped even caring for it. It's not a proper Assassin's Creed game to me. I know that people loved it, but to me, I was a faithful fan of the Assassin's Creed series from day one, and I can't even accept the direction they went for since Origin. Origin was fine. I really enjoyed it, but that's because the story really held up. Couldn't care less for a Spartan or a Greek character that has absolutely no connection to the Assassin's Creed. They kind of forced him to be part of the story arc, but it doesn't really talk to me. It doesn't speak to me. It didn't really feel right. But that's just me. I keep emphasizing that those are only my opinions. You don't have to agree with me. I just that's how I feel. And because they are having trouble writing proper characters ever since Assassin's Creed Revelations, when they ended up with the Ezio character. The series kind of runs stale to me. They can't really grasp the magic of it. The magic of a proper storytelling they did with Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood and Revelations. Those games were perfect because they had a really compelling character. And they couldn't have written a properly compelling character ever since.
like, they haven't even tried, really. Connor, who was like the second character introduced in the series after him, like a protagonist. No, actually third, because yeah, they did it with Altair and Ezio was the second one. Yeah, I really did not care much for Connor. He's just like, he's a spectator. He doesn't really, he takes part in events, but it feels like he's just a spectator. You don't feel like he's a real living being that makes decisions. Everyone else is making decisions for him, and he's just like reacting to things. You know, it's like watching a very long React video set up in during the American Civil War. So it's just very tedious to me. And I did like the naval and the mechanics and visuals and the new animations. It really felt nice, but the story was so flat. I couldn't find interest to it. I don't even remember how it ended. Did Connor actually kill his father? Did he not? I mean, not father. No, actually, it was his father. Edward Kenway was his grandfather. Yeah, Alexios was the only incentive for me, because you do the model for the character model for Odyssey is probably the only reason why. Oh, Rab! Welcome in, Rab. Uh-oh. That wasn't even that high, Lara. Welcome in, Rapperino. What's up? What are you up to? Have you just woken up, or are you not asleep, or? Here we got a legend in chat. Just came home from your trip to Vegas. Ooh, nice. Hit on my fire, it rat wins. Well, you couldn't have put it better. I'm back. Yeah, you're back. And Laurie's back, so like the whole gang is here now. I mean, back from Greece, not that she's on the stream here, but I think they're probably settling in. They came into the UK last night, so they're probably resting and settling in, but it's so good to see that all of you guys are back. Yeah, you did synchronized trips. That seems like it. Right, we got the fire arrows. And that's a good thing, I suppose. How do I have no... Oh, Snow White, welcome in. How is my favorite Snow White? And you see you're coming in and it's another Tomb Raider stream. I was gonna return tonight, but I might wait until tomorrow. I'm exhausted. Yeah, definitely take the time to rest. Definitely recommend a little bit of rest. Oh, I totally forgot to report to that dude back then. Oh, there's something.
Greetings.
Salutations.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Hello. How did you find this place? What brought you here?
How did you find this place? What brought you here? Power nap.
Ooh, nice.
You needed a sleep, right? Yeah, I do feel that I probably should take a nap today, but I don't think I'll find the time. Streaming now. Now I will probably try to stream Control later tonight. I think so. I don't know how I'll feel. I do start to build up a headache again. So yeah, I don't really know. I don't know. There's something with the barometric pressure and the atmospheric pressure, because I start to feel heavy on the head, and that doesn't feel well. I don't know. The headache is not terrible, but it's slightly is building up, and I have a feeling like it's gonna
There's not enough.
come and
We
stay.
have to make do.
There has to be more. Send someone to go look.
Oh right, I talked to him. I already brought him the stuff. Why don't I remember that?
You have to improvise for now. That's not right.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll do a double stream, because yeah, I'm starting to feel the headache now.
We've been waiting for this.
Who knows how? But if it goes away, I will definitely do a second one today. Or I'll try anyway. Speaking of good and bad, I'm not sure if you've heard, probably not because you weren't there on my last stream, but I managed to get myself a department transfer at work, so I will no longer be in a place that really makes me feel oppressed and is toxic to me. So since October the 1st, I'm in a different department with peace and quiet, and no problems in terms of living, you know. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, because I'm going back to be working with Needy. Needy was transferred over there like a week before, and now I will be joining her, which I think is dope. Oh, thanks Snowbite for the hydrate. Let me have a sip of water. Much appreciated, friend. Yeah, I can't emphasize enough how glad I am I will no longer be answering phone calls at all. Oh, hi, upgraders. Good of you to drop by. How are you doing today? Maybe we'll dress like this. How's life for you, upgraders? I was just talking with the others that I've managed to procure myself a department transfer at my job, so I will be switching departments on Friday. I will no longer be working with the current contract, which caused me a lot of mental stress because of the toxic environment. Oh, thanks, Rap, for the host. Much appreciated. And whoever isn't, I please do recommend following Rapwind. That legend is streamlining through the classic Tomb Raider games like you had no idea. Can I jump onto this? Oh, I can. I never knew I could. Alright. Oh yeah, thanks for the shout out, Spitfire. That's what I wanted to do in a second, but beat me to it. Oh yeah, I was hoping to get out of the department for the past 6 months, and I couldn't because, well, mostly my new management was inaccessible. They don't give a shit. They kept pouring crap on us, and you know, they forced us to work terrible conditions of insufficient training, too much work for the amount of people that are in and all that kind of stuff, and that was so stressful, so tiring. I just needed to get out of there, and I couldn't even talk with anyone about it if I could, I don't know, not even be transferred, but like, I don't know, get a promotion or something, because I've been in the department for over a year now, and I still couldn't get anyone to talk to me about the simple thing of changing departments, or like moving on. And I know this is going to be still same equal salary, but at least I will be in an environment where everything is starting anew, and this is a high-profile project which has a lot of resources put into it, and they're also looking for people with experience, because this is going to be like it's basically a chat thing. I'll be doing a web chat. Well, I'm working in an IT company, a high-profile one. You would probably know the name if I mentioned it. I won't, but it's like a high-profile Japanese company that everyone knows about, and they're doing a lot of outsourcing for IT services, service desks, IT service desk, and tech support. And for the past year, I've been doing working on a contract which supports a large-scale program for retail stores in the UK and Ireland and Poland, because they've opened a store of the same brand in Poland last year, and they've been tossing shit at us for the past few months, and that was just terrible. So yeah, I'm really glad that I'm moving away from that, and I won't have to bother with all of this anymore. Can't wait, really. For the past year, I've been on the service desk answering phone calls, and I was just a ticket pusher, so I was registering incidents and passing them through to support, and then, you know, bouncing back and forth. And now all of this is gonna be a thing of the past, because, yeah, now it's a little bit different project. Alright. That's it. Down, boy. Bad kitty. And so now I won't be doing that anymore. Since Friday, I've got last 4 days starting tomorrow. Since Friday, I'll be starting on a different contract. I'll be training. We do have a go live date set up on November, but that's still in the flux, so it might be later on. And we will be only doing a chat, like a web chat. I won't even have to interact with people in terms of answering phone calls. What the fuck? What the hell, Lara? Why are you jumping off? And yeah, we do have a lot of resources in terms of like support and, you know, knowledge, training, and all that kind of stuff. So everything that we were lacking in my previous department. So I'm quite looking forward to the new thing, and I hope it's going to be a nice change. Also, there won't be any weekend work. I won't have to work on weekends. I won't have to work in afternoons, which is a good thing again. So all of that stuff just sums up to a very good change that I was looking forward to for the past 6 months, I guess. I'm not saying it's going to be stress-free, but there's going to be a lot less elements that can stress me out and will be wearing me off mentally. And I suppose that is a good thing to do something that allows you to, you know, relax your mind in a way. So, you know, you're not that bothered with stuff that you can't help. Oh yeah, I love jumping on this ladder. So yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun, hopefully. And I'm back with the same department with Needy, who's my mod and also a streamer. And yeah, we'll be working it together again after just 1.5 weeks of being in different departments for a moment. Not that... Yeah, I know that my batteries are low. We will swap them when it's necessary. How the hell do you hunt in this game? Everything is running away from you. But only when you're hunting.
You'll...
There you go. Funniest thing is how I managed to procure that swap. I still can't believe it. How easy it was. But yeah, I got a official email from the HR representative that, yeah, I'm starting October 1st, and that's it. No longer in my old contract from Friday. So I honestly can't wait to have the last day on this contract and say sayonara everyone. Grabbing a ledge is too hard for you, Laura? Yeah, I hope so. I mean, from the very beginning this contract is being it's for a different type of customer, because it's for like a government agency or something. Not a UK one, but it doesn't matter. We don't have to know the local language. English is sufficient for them. They need experienced people who can be relied on, and hopefully, luckily, after checking probably my background and the company, they felt like, yeah, that's fine. He can come. So yeah, I was moved over after suggesting I want to. They just took me in. So that's gonna be good, hopefully. What is this? Oh yeah, we need that. How have you been, Arc Raiders? How's life for you? How's it been for you lately? What's this mission? Mission available. From whom? Oh, I know that's the woman, but I can't talk to her because I can't complete it anytime soon, so there's no point. I might actually do a fast travel to one location I forgot to properly recheck. Oh, goodness. I saw that you're going to be streaming later today, so that's cool.
Oh yeah, I remember you took him personally to the college, so that was cool. How's he settling in? Is it okay? Is the environment like, I don't know, opened and
Friendly to him? Has he given you any feedback on how he feels there? Biotechnology. Jesus Christ, that sounds serious. That is a very serious direction to take on. Yeah, well, friends are very important. If you don't have an open and friendly environment, or at least some friends, so you can rely on them and relate to, it's harder. Now this area looks so much different when you're in the daylight. Nice, a headshot. Not that it counts for animals. Not much appreciated, Arc Raiders. Lurking and watching is always appreciated. Good luck with the chores. I'm taking total time off. I finished a TV show yesterday in the afternoon. And then, yeah, I'm basically just chilling on the weekends. I wish we had more reimagined costumes from the classic games like this one in the reboot series. I mean, sure, if they're so afraid of making Lara run around in shorts and a tank top, that's fine. But can they like remake other Tomb Raider 3 costumes?
A Mongolian tug.
Like, I don't know, the Nevada costume would have been so awesome to run around in Syria. Would have been nice to actually see Lara wear something more brave. I think they chose this costume because it's the most overdressed one, Lara. Don't tell me there's Trinity soldiers here. I don't want to fight them now. Came here solely for exploring.
What was that?
Nothing, just your death.
They're here! What'll we got?
Death? Can you steal combat knife? Where was the other cave? There was another cave that had... Not through here. I can't remember. That wasn't here, maybe it's up there. Why does it confuse you, Spitfires? Because is it because it's a semi-open area? It technically isn't, but for the sake of argument, we can agree it's semi-opened. What's that? Explorer satchel. Something I left off here. There you go, you got the map here. Ah, there it is.
A thumb ring.
It's cute, Laura. Let's move on. Why are you being given shotgun ammo if you don't have a shotgun? I'm always puzzled how this game... I mean, from one end, I do appreciate that there is some background knowledge to that, these sets of finds, but they're so superficial. There's like... It doesn't matter how many you collect, the game will still ignore them in the main game. Like, Lara will never mention that in a passing or in a conversation she found all this. It's not adding up to Lara realizing the whole story or the purpose behind an area. She's just like, yeah, she's collecting stuff for like game completion percentage, and that's all. By the way, the bear will not follow you here. Yep, totally agree with that assessment. It's absolutely a memorable one. Yeah, the Antarctica costume is very nice. I like it. Whoops. Uh-oh. I would say poor Lara, but that would be a lie. She just can't jump like a proper human being.
Oh dear. Back to the start if I want to beat my best time.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much, that's true.
You stupid woman!
Well, we've got the stupid man thing. That was totally on Lara. Whoopsie. Well, that was a stupid adventure thing I've ever seen one. Why wouldn't she grab the ledge? Lara, why are you stupid and clumsy? Why? Tell me why. By the way, that was weird. There was no music during the main menu, but... Okay. Ignore Lara, she drinks. Well, that would explain a few things in this game, especially why she's doing a lot of stuff that she's not supposed to. At her age, anyway. Bunny rabbit from a rifle. That's what I call hunting. That's weird, no one's here? Oh, there we go.
Someone there?
No, just your mother. I really dislike that. Genuinely dislike the animation with the stealth kill. Yeah, give a person time to defend himself. I mean, for the sake of argument, why does she take that much time to get... What is this? Like she's trying to get a run-up with her hand to deliver the blow? Couldn't she, like, I don't know, slit his throat or something? Because that would require you not take a huge put your arm away as far from the target before you actually hit it for so long. Its animation is so bad in every conceivable way. I just
You knew
can't.
Trinity, right? Yeah. First contract. Had a few mates who vouched for me.
Don't screw this up. Best pay you can find, but they will not tolerate mistakes.
You just arrived in the valley, right?
Yeah, with the latest supply drop.
Hold up. I see her! Take her down!
What do you fucking see? Okay. That eases up things. Well, the Lara I know would kill with her bare hands with a neck snapping animation from AOD, but I guess that one's out of the window. I love the fact that they reused the same design and shape of the Second World War base that came in the first game.
Lenin lives. Lenin will live forever.
That's the same base. It even has the same direction of exit. It's just redressed in different attire and textures, but it's the same thing. Talking about recycling. Oopsie. I just love the sound she makes when she dies. It's just kind of surprised, but also dead.
No, that's not right. Run back to the start and try again.
Oh, don't tell me I have to punch through these guys again. No, it doesn't seem like it. Good. I wouldn't want to do this all over again. No, I didn't want you to pick up the lamp. God, this radio thing is so stupid. Can I destroy it? Like, is it something you can destroy? Because No. A shame. Oh dear. The bots are at it again, apparently, from what I can see. Why did I earn skill points here? I've already done this once. Camera, please move away from Lara's ass. Camera. Oh wow, it's all just appeared. Their spelling is worse than ever. Oh my god. What the fuck is wrong with the camera here? Oh, it's fine. That was weird. And wrong. What is this? Did I miss that mural again? Don't tell me I missed something in the base. I think another TV viewer is not a malicious bot. It's one of those of actually from a supporting growth channel that I was part of some time ago. Right at the beginning when I was building up viewers. I know it figures as a bot, but I don't think it's malicious. It has been on my channel since I started streaming and I attached myself to a group, so I know it looks like a bot, but it's not a malicious one. I was just recommended to a group that is helping build up viewership, and yeah, they were notifying on Discord whenever an attached account is actually streaming. Oh no, enemies.
What's the word on the local guides they picked up outside the valley? Said they were hired by 2 people. One of them a young British woman. But they left him in the mountain before the avalanche. Sounds like that Constantine's. You're new with Trinity, right? First contract.
Well, I hate to break it to you, guy, dude, but it's your last contract too.
They will not tolerate mistakes.
And I think Commander Root is a similar account.
Copper. It was almost certainly uranium. Getting a pretty solid tick. Over there! Over here!
Did I kill him? Okay. I did. Yeah, it might, but it also appeared at the same time when the another TV viewer started showing up, so I think they're kind of connected to one another. I'm trying to figure out which mural did I miss over here at the base. And I missed an artifact. Ow. That makes no sense. I've been all over that place. Oh well. Can you believe she gains the ability to cut rope only when she's got a knife? She uses her arrows to skin animals, but she can't use them to cut ropes. Warning. Warning. Game logic not detected. Please proceed to the escape pods immediately.
Lara, I'm in need of your skills if you have a moment.
Okay, well, tell me what's the problem.
I've been expecting a messenger bird with a report on the invaders' movements. It's
I wish you could cancel this conversation and just get on with it.
Because of the radio tower in the facility. Whatever that thing puts out, it seems to cripple the bird's sense of direction. Our man who gathered the info was killed, so that message is all we have to honor the price he paid. I know you can track that damn crow as good as any of the hunters. Will you help us?
I'll do my damnedest.
I'd appreciate that.
Okay, that is the fastest task you can actually complete. I'll explain why. All you need to do is shoot this bird, and that's it. You don't even have to bring it in. You don't have to like go there and skin the animal.
Found your bird, finally. Here's the message it had.
Yes. This is exactly what we need. Supply lines, patrol routes. We'll prepare an ambush. We're in your debt, Lara. All of us.
Now I skinned it. Oh, she retrieved the arrow. That's unusual. You usually don't retrieve arrows from a bird. Hi, doggy. Wasn't this cave already freed of wolves? Oh, the dudes have moved away. That's stupid. Oh no, wolves are coming. What am I gonna do? This game is so challenging, I can't even begin to fathom. Oh yeah, I hate these drums. I know they're supposed to intensify the action theme, but I find them annoying. There's so many attempts and there's so many ways the music can emphasize what's going on, and that's just the worst one. Gonna go. It just disappeared. Ah, you thought you were gonna escape me? No way.
Not quite confident enough with my Russian to make
Really?
this out,
Not yet?
but it seems to show a map of some sort.
And she can't read the map because her Russian is insufficient. Right. But what now? Why is she hiding again? Oh. The doggy's here. Oh shit. Map of some sort. Like a map. Yeah, pretty much. Whoever wrote these dialogue lines never even thought them through if they make sense. They just wrote them so she has something to say without even thinking whether it makes any even slight sense. You're gonna be hurt if you don't stop talking and commenting on every single thing you see. You know, she kind of reminds me of a 3 or 4 year old child that describes everything. Oh look, Daddy, this man has a doggy. Oh look, Daddy, this doggy has a tail. It's just like, yeah, describing everything that everyone else can see around. Did she like skip the 5th grade and just, I don't know, started being adult, and that's why she describes everything that she can already see? Is that the problem with Lara? Is that the thing? I need to understand. Oh, I'm sorry. Necessary channeling Lara. How did I not find that before? No clue, but... I have no need for a bolt action rifle, but that's okay. Jonah! Lara's wrong on the head. Basically, I don't know. I'm just picky because I think, oh, here my controller died. We swapped a battery then. Luckily, I have a fresh batch of batteries. I mean, charged batteries at the ready, so it's not going to take too long. I come prepared to the stream in terms of a charged gamepad, a changed battery supply. There we are. And I chose a wrong arrow type. Jonah! Lara's immature! What if I see any... If I hear Camilla's voice in the next installment of the game, I'll bail. I'll go back to Assassin's Creed. At least it does not have annoying elements that you don't really appreciate. It's not Camilla's voice, really. It's just like... Aye, me. Yeah, kind of. Kind of, very much so, yep. I mean, don't get me wrong, my biggest problem with Assassin's Creed these days is the size of these games. They're too big. They're so bloated with unnecessary filler and no content. That just forget why you're playing this game and what was the story to it, because it stops making... You just stop caring. Oh, that was cute. She looked like she was about to grab it, but then she decided, no, I'm not gonna grab it, fuck you. What you gonna do? Kill me? Yeah, light please. Supposed to be at least one treasure here. Oh, there you are. Saw it in the map earlier on. There we are. Probably should press on because I feel like I'm looking for collectibles. Nope. There's just tons of gimmicks and collectibles which are also totally unnecessary because they don't push the story forward, and you can totally push the story forward without them. It's just for completionists, you know. And that's the problem. I'm not a completionist per se. It's just like, yeah, if something interests me, then I'll pursue it. But otherwise, I will probably not care about it. And they're trying to pretend that there is a story with these documents, but you don't really care about them. I mean, I know I don't. I'm sorry, maybe someone does, but I'm not. That is a superficial skill point, skill if I have ever seen one. I'm going to the shop because I think I might be able to purchase something, and then I'll just go back to pursuing the village. I almost broke my neck. But I didn't. Mish. My fluff woke up a little bit prematurely because we're not going out yet for another hour and 10-15 minutes. I don't know why he wakes up. I love the speed you can traverse those climbing sections. Also, I do hope that someone is actually watching these streams from Crystal Dynamics from time to time, even if they're just bards. And they're listening to people, because if I ever see again this animation of climbing again, like even once, I'm going to uninstall the game, break the disc, throw it out of the window, and I will box the entire Reboot collection into a padlocked box, probably a safe box that will be unopenable even for me, and I'll throw away the key and I'll never play any of those games again. Because I am honestly, honest to God who doesn't exist, I am so sick of this animation. And I do understand it. It made sense in the first game, it makes no more sense. She should be able to climb in a different way. Every single climb, whether it's a high ledge or a small one, she will climb everything the same way. Jesus Christ, talking about recycling. The only difference is she sometimes uses a different leg. Right or left one, but there's not much of a variety here, does it?
Have you found any more gold?
Don't care.
I've got gear for
Nate
you.
launcher, don't care.
I don't think they're onto us yet, but
Can you just stop
be
talking to
discreet,
me? I don't really care for you. Yeah, there is nothing I want. Goodbye. Your shop is useless. You can close it now. Let's see. The closest to my target is here. So I'll fast travel here and then we'll swap a costume because that one will not make sense around there. I think they're emphasizing a GPS map. You know, the one that Lara had in Syria at the beginning of the game? They followed that aesthetic because that's the aesthetic they had. So yeah, that's supposed to be a GPS 3D map rather than a satellite map of the terrain. So those lines suggest higher and lower sections of some sort of area. Yeah, that loading screen is atrocious, really. I prefer the loading screens from, like, Shadow. Guess this costume makes sense, but I prefer that one. I know it gives you no secondary quality or ability, but I don't really care for it. Why is she dirty? She was pretty clean when I was leaving the winter section. What the fuck?
Where's the music? It's very suspiciously quiet. Right, I can't even pick any of this up. Alright.
So cold.
Don't worry, Lara. This game will not kill you in the freezing cold water. Oh, really? Damn, I have to climb the tree, actually.
Hello there.
Goodbye there. Chase the chicken, scare it off. And then kill it with the climbing axes. It's funny because in the first game you could actually kill even a rabbit with a climbing axe.
Seems to be a map of some sort, but I can't quite read the words.
Well, maybe try reading them. Can't quite read the words.
Greetings.
Jacob, helicopters are headed your way.
Get here as fast as you can.
Oh, then let's start walking because we need to get there as fast as we can. You can totally see that the game is loading the next area because it's... the playback is stopping. I mean, it's kind of... it's like there's a stutter. And it's not caused by the game, like the stream being cutting off. It's the game that always does that to it. All of this entire area is like a tunnel in Anniversary or Legend where the game needed to load the details. Yeah, render delay, there's so much action in the background.
Where is the divine source? Tell me!
Stop! Don't hurt anyone else!
Where is it?
Wait! Wait! There's a map. The Atlas. It will show you the way.
Okay. Tell me about this Atlas.
Hey.
Why did this new weapon acquired message have to show up in the middle of a cutscene? That's my ass.
We're under fire at the edge of the village. If you can hear me, we need your help.
Please, no, wait!
Yeah, I mean, that makes zero sense. It was supposed to show you how ruthless Trinity was, but instead it shows how mindless they are. Just mindless, you know, blunt instruments, you know. What the fuck is with aiming? They're not... Whenever I shoot, the camera goes higher, but it's not... Christ, what the hell is wrong with this? That's not how I remember this shooting in this game. Yeah, you said it, but
Stand back! This is mine!
what is yours?
You and me! You're not gonna get another chance back!
Why? You're turning your back yourself.
Not gonna keep you safe!
It's funny that this armor seems impenetrable, but... Why are you using...
Back there! It's gonna blow!
Think you... Yeah, you are gonna blow.
It'll take more than that!
You tried to kick me. Bye. And that was the entire invasion force. I killed like a dozen of guys and they're withdrawing a helicopter infused with rockets and whatever else. Yeah, that's logical. That makes sense.
We've been overrun by the natives. Croft is with them. Several casualties. Men are dead and scattered. We should have killed her.
You have nothing to show for your efforts. Perhaps she'll succeed where you're failing.
I will not fail.
Trinity will step in if you do. And you know what that means? I'm expendable. They have no interest in my survival. I need the power of the Source.
And you will have it. Don't lose faith, Anna. This is God's will. Our success is inevitable.
Please, just find it. My time is running out.
I don't know why this cutscene is even in the game.
I've come so far. I've endured so much. These final barriers you have set before me. These sins you have forced me to commit. They must have a purpose. Only you can show me the way. Grant me strength to continue for her, for you, for Trinity. Please. Show me the way. And blood it shall be.
I have no idea.
Stay with me. Stay with me.
I'm sorry. Your people don't deserve this.
It is our chosen path. Our duty. It's never been easy.
I understand what it's like to lose people. Trinity won't stop, will they?
I doubt it. They have many resources.
And the Atlas.
It's an ancient map to the old city. But Trinity won't find it at that tower. Many of my people live in those ruins. They won't be prepared for what's coming.
I can help them, Jacob.
Will you do this for us? Or for that which you seek?
Right now, they're one and the same.
What?
I'll be back with reinforcements after I've tended to the wounded.
Yes? What is it?
We're in bad shape, Jacob. The attack left us in shambles, and we have no one to send to the Acropolis.
I still
can't see straight.
I'll see to the wounded
Everything's
here.
blurry.
We have to get them to someplace safe. When that's done,
It will
we'll
get
gather
better,
anyone
right?
still able to fight. Sophia will hold them open so we can arrive.
I hope to God you're right. I'll send a runner.
By the way, these buildings on Xbox 360, you can see that these logs of wood are fairly rounded.
We're heading out. We should leave them
They
a message.
will be on the base of a square on Xbox 360. It will not even resemble a rounded log. If you cut, the cutouts would look like a square. So that is like a huge difference between how the game looks here and on Xbox 360. Yeah, that line makes 0 sense. So much loot. Oh look, there's a burning box. Let's open it and not be affected by the fire. Because somehow that's the thing. You know, a wooden floor and a wooden house is burning and the fire is not doing anything. Like, it's not expanding or anything. Just like a decoration, really. Yeah, it's okay. Oh, now it's actually something. But I walked on the other and nothing happened. Oh, and I love the placing of these containers. They're usually placed in the game somewhere that when Lara gets the oil from them, she will clip into an object or a wall or something and she'll be pushed out of it every single time. I have not found a single one of these oil containers that would have been placed in a way that would not make Lara clip from one of the sides at least. Alright, I can't go through here. Okay, let's go back. Like, no one even checked how she will interact with the environment in those places. On those objects. Also, there is a guaranteed frame rate drop on every version I've played so far in here. Which you probably can see. That's not the stream, that's the game. The game is dropping frame rates like crazy.
Can't save the way.
Still more in the...
Don't know why.
Oh, God, what are you saying?
I have to cut
I think
it off.
someone's comfy here. I'll leave them be. No, don't stop. No, she's trying to steal his leg. How rude.
There's more.
There's more. He can feel that. Damn, these conversations are wrong on every possible level. Skill points. Let's buy a skill point we probably had in the previous. No, 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 no. Shut up, Richard. Shut up. I know, right? Don't steal his leg. Right, less damage from enemy gunfire. I don't know how is that a skill, but let's indulge the game.
I can read this now.
You've never attempted to read this before. Did you just hear that? She said, I can read this now, but she's never been here before. She's never seen this mural before. I mean, this obelisk. I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. I just should just accept the game for what it is. I can't. I just can't. It just always amazes me how badly designed this game is, and I really can't understand why people praise it as being their favorite. I mean, it's one thing to have nostalgia towards a title, but on the other hand, there's so much crap in this game that makes zero sense. Oh, now suddenly the Ferris lift. Right. Let's do one more tomb, and then we can call it a day. So I will need to get ready to take my puppers out soon. I want to give them a little bit more time on outside over the weekends. Yeah, they cost a lot of money, but you don't see that money in the game. I mean, a lot of stuff in this title is very superficial. Once again, she was looking below her feet. Stop climbing. She was looking below her feet, and yet she still trips and still falls down. Oh well.
Some kind of burial chamber.
Now this section of this tomb is more interesting than the actual part with the riddle. Although I don't remember Byzantine people mummifying bodies. Also, the outline on the outside of the character is stronger. It looks more like a comic. You know, these murals resemble the murals you could see in Soul Reaver and Legacy of Kain games. When you enter ancient shrines of the ancient vampires. The shrines will look identical in terms of the murals, the style. I think the artist who did them for Legacy of Kain is likely still with the yeah, I mean, this game is a one huge historical inaccuracy, but look at these hands. Even ancient Egypt did hands a little bit better than Byzantine Empire. And you know, the Byzantine were very meticulous when it comes to detail. This is sloppy. I mean, this game cannot be treated seriously, because if it was, it would have been a very, very bad attempt.
A basket made of silver. Certainly meant to be decorative.
Because there's a lot of stuff that is out of place that makes zero logically, historically, zero sense. I mean, some of those places look really, really cool, but that's it. Like, all of a sudden, this looks like Tomb Raider 1, the Palace Midas section with the aqueducts, doesn't it? Feels more like that. And Byzantine, yeah, sure, they derived from the classics, but they were already influenced strongly by the Roman architecture. This feels more Greek than Roman. Although I'm not very knowledgeable about Byzantine civilization, the Byzantine belief system, so maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, it looks like a Roman or Greek aqueduct, although I think it's the Romans who built aqueducts. And you know what pisses me off again? That this entire section over there is inaccessible. It's just a background. It's like a 3D background that you will never see from close up. It's very frustrating because you want to see it. You want to see what's there, and you're hoping that solving the riddle will get you there. You know, you're expecting to really see it up close, but you won't. And that is hugely disappointing. How are you doing? Phew. It's better. You're really hoping that once you get to the other side, you get to see it up close. You get to see what it is. If it's an aqueduct, or maybe it leads to some sort of temple, or I don't know. There could be a lot of things, but no. Very complicated riddle, I have to say. And you know, you were hoping that this door here will get you there, that you will be able to make, I don't know, climb it and see what's in the inside. No. It's just a very well crafted, very cool looking background. It's all, that's all, folks. You will not know what's in there. And you can see from here that this is actually not an aqueduct, it's more like a walkway, which makes you wonder, what is this walkway leading to? What are these ruins in the background? Delete the background, yeah, kinda. I wouldn't mind if there was just a wall here, but they did this to give it sense of scale, but it gives you a sense of disappointment that you're not able to explore it because the way through is only here and there's nothing in here that is of any interest to you. No, Laura, this is everything but interesting. What the hell? That map is on the table. And she just merged into the table. Alright. You see what I'm talking about when I'm saying that this is not my least liked game in the series.
Golden chalice fit for a king.
Mm-hmm. I'm not even nitpicking. Those are the things that just stick out like a sore thumb. Oh look, another skill that bases itself on survival instinct, which I have disabled. I've gained nothing useful in this tomb at all. That's cute. Why is it dark? Why can't I turn on the bloody glow stick? On my TV this is very, very dark. I can barely see what I'm doing. No, that was not an oversight. That was deliberate. They decided that Lara will be turning on the light source on her own, where she determines that the game is dark. The problem is that sometimes it's buggy and she doesn't turn it on, and there is like, you know, when they take away a mechanic from a next game in comparison to the previous because they've introduced another function that's assigned to the same button and they didn't want to duplicate the same button for two different mechanics. That would be justifiable to remove the ability to manually turn on your light. Like you did that in the first game where you could summon the torch when she learns the ability to, when she gets the lighter and she can fire the torch on her own. You could do that on your own and that was fine. And the funny thing is they did not assign new functions to the buttons that corresponded with that function. They just took it away because they think the player is too stupid to actually use it. I would imagine, because there is no other logical reason behind removing a feature that was perfectly fine on its own. So yeah, that's something on them. They did it deliberately because they thought that it's going to be automated. Because, I don't know, they thought that it may be more convenient. But the problem is the game sometimes is darker than they think it is. Or they designed it, I don't know. And some people would just like to have the ability to use it when they want to, but they disabled it. And the third game, Shadow, has the same thing with the lighter, with the what's it called, torch, flashlight that she's got attached to her chest. It's the same thing. She turns it on, and sometimes in Shadow, god damn, Shadow is dark. I mean, visually, that game has many dark locations which
Jacob,
you can barely see where you're going.
There's no
and
sign of your people.
Lara will sometimes ignore that fact and she will not turn it on. Why am I picking up chickens and then throwing them?
Alright, I'll look for her there.
We're almost done evacuating the wounded here.
So, yeah, they took away a mechanic that really was useful and they just took it away from you and they decided they're going to automate it as well because Lara knows better.
We heard of...
If only. But on the other hand, she turns on the light even in dark places when there are enemies around, so she should theoretically be seeing that. And don't get me started about the chickens. I thought that was the stupidest mechanic that was ever introduced into Tomb Raider. Like, yeah, the pumpkins and the chickens were the thing of... I'm glad that Eidos Montreal removed those abilities to interact with animals like chickens or pumpkins or any other crops, because that was bad in Rise. That was really, really bad. Well, that's interesting. She wouldn't attach it to the wall. Nice, Lara. Very nice. You know what? I just looked at the time and I will need to take my pupper out in like 20 minutes and I still would like to eat something. So I think I'm gonna call it a day. For this stream, I mean, because there's I think the headache has passed, so there's a fair chance I might actually do another one in the afternoon, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. So we're gonna raid someone. Is anyone online that we know that we appreciate? I don't think Ark is online yet. At least I can't see you. Is Ark still lurking? Oh yeah, Ark is still lurking, so she's not online yet. Yeah, Trick is online, and we might actually raid her. She's doing, true that she's doing Life is Strange True Colors, and I would like to maybe not see it in terms of, like, yeah, that I don't want spoilers for that title, honestly. I don't know, there's just like, I don't think a lot of people that I know. Well, there's that, one of the Tomb Raider people doing Tomb Raider 3 Historic Moon. She's doing Tomb Raider 3, I think. Yeah, I think we might read someone Tomb Raider related, so we can pass it on with the theme. So we'll set that up. And I'll see you later today. That's a wrong message. Never mind. We will see each other later today, hopefully with Control. So we will be doing a little bit further in the storyline, and we'll see where the story takes us, really. So yeah. So hello to Historic Moon. Playing Tomb Raider 3 right now, and yeah, I'll see you there. And then I'll probably see you later.